The opened podcast have opened up almost the plausibility of having kids of her claim. Savannah Chrisley is getting ingenuous approximately her future as a mother. On this week's scene of her podcast Unlocked, the Chrisley Knows Best star, 26, opened up almost her want to have kids of her possess. The podcast have, who is the essential guardian of Chloe and her brother Grayson, after a government judge sentenced her guardians Todd and Julie to a combined 19 a long time in prison for charge extortion in November 2022, uncovered that she's looking into solidifying her eggs so she can have kids on her claim time. I moreover am looking into solidifying my eggs, and I feel like that's something you folks may be curious about considering the reality that 90% of my taking after is female, she said to her audience members. But the reason I need to do it is so I do not feel forced to ought to have a kid. After candidly talking about her battles with endometriosis, she clarified, a specialist in LA was like, "You got to be done having kids by the time you're 30 cents of all your well-being stuff, this, that, whatever. So of course, that's within the back of my intellect. I'm getting closer to 30, and I do not want to feel like I got to have a kid right presently," she proceeded. I moreover need to fundamentally have an protections approach to have kids at whatever point I want to have them. In her May 28 podcast scene, Chrisley opened up approximately the emotional Mother's Day she experienced this year. Mother's Day, I do not know. It fair felt abnormal. I do not indeed know in case it, like yes, it sucked, but it fair felt peculiar, Chrisley started. I cruel, Chloe and Grayson are freaking blessed messenger children. They are the sweetest kids within the whole world, and they make it so simple. But Chloe composed a letter to me for Mother's Day, and the letter says, "Happy Mother's Day to Savannah. I know merely weren't anticipating me and Grayson to come in your hands, but you're doing extraordinary work with me and Grayson. Keep up your work. Adore Chloe." And truly, when I to begin with examined it, I just burst into tears, since that's the sweetest, I cruel, she's 11 a long time ancient, and she was kinda managed truly crappy cards, Chrisley proceeded.